Hello, my beautiful love goods, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another speed build in The Sims 4. My name is Lucca, and today we are building another tiny home. Today I'm building in Newcrest, and I'm building on a 20 by 15 lot. We've seen this lot many times on my channel. I build a lot of tiny homes here. It's just kind of the perfect little lot for it. It's a nice little space. It's also a very small lot, so it's not as intimidating. But today's build is also base game only, and it is specifically built for a chef or just a sim who really likes to cook and really likes to entertain. So I've been kind of stumped with what to build lately, and so I just made a list of all of the different skills in The Sims 4, and I thought I would just kind of make some builds based on those skills. I don't know if they're all going to be tiny homes. I don't think they'll all be base game, but I thought it was a fun little thing to kind of specifically build something for like a specific skill or career. And I can see them, having Sims over and, entertaining a lot, and just, I don't know. I made sure there was plenty of space for eating outside as well as some space inside. And there's also a nice back garden as well, so they can grow some, fresh fruits and herbs and all sorts of stuff. With this being base game, it was a little bit of a challenge because I'm very used to having all of the choice, all of the items you can imagine. Yeah, it was nice. It was nice at the same time because, when you're building a base game home, you don't really have to make a lot of decisions because you don't have to choose between everything that you have. You just have a little portion of it to choose between. So it kind of kept me from being super indecisive, which was really nice. This is also a tier 2 tiny home, so it's right at 64 tiles. Honestly, it's kind of weird to consider it a tiny home at that point, because in The Sims for tiny living, you've got the different tiers. I think tier 1 is the micro house, tier 2 is a tiny house, and tier 3 is a small house. Yeah, it's weird because, the micro houses, it kind of makes sense that those are tiny homes, but this does not feel like a tiny home to me. I'm calling it a tiny home because yes, it's a small little house. Of course I'm calling it a tiny home, but this just doesn't feel that tiny. If I can put more than one functional countertop in the kitchen, it doesn't really feel like a tiny home to me, honestly, because most of the time whenever I build kitchens for tiny homes, I usually just have one single open counter space, a sink, and a stove, and that's it. Obviously the refrigerator, but it just seems like an awful lot of space for it to be a tiny home. So, but at the same time, this tiny home is specifically for a chef, so the kitchen is going to be a little bit more a little bit bigger and a little bit more the focus of the house. It was kind of also a challenge to come up with a kitchen that looked different than, all the other base game kitchens that I've done. So I just went with the tried and true. I went with, these nice, wooden countertops. I wish we had that wooden countertop on a different base, because it looks very industrial and it does work for some styles, but I really would just like it to be more modern and sleek looking. And I kind of balanced out the kitchen a bit with, some regular cabinets, and then I did some open shelving on the other side. I don't know, it just felt kind of cramped once I put cabinets all around, so I did the open shelving, and it was nice because I could add some clutter and some decor there, just to kind of add a little bit of visual interest, so that wasn't just some boring cabinets. And I really wanted to use a different flooring that I have not used. And I've been really into making my own kind of checkerboard tile patterns with just different different concretes and other textures and stuff. And I don't know, I liked this light bluish gray color. I don't know, it looks kind of nice. And I did add a small little seating area there in the kitchen. Not a actual table, of course, but it's just a nice little bar because they have eating areas both like in the front and in the back. Later on, I do add a picnic table outside in the like back garden area. That one's a little bit more like, they're having like a cozy night outside, and maybe the front is a bit more for like, daytime like dinners or something. I don't know. But of course, it's The Sims. Your Sims are just going to sit wherever they want to sit, and you can't really do much because, yes, you can make them sit in a specific spot and eat, but then they're just going to get up and move if they're talking to someone else. It always happens. It's kind of annoying. You can actually go in and set the table. I think that came with Seasons, I'm pretty sure. Could be Parenthood. Probably Parenthood, actually. But you can set the table and they will actively go to the table that you set by default, which is nice. But you have to actually do that every time. So I don't know if it's worth it. It might be worth it for like, screenshots or storytelling, but for every single time, I don't know. The bedroom in this house is kind of a weird shape. I know we're not quite there yet, but it's kind of a long bedroom. So it's sort of like a bedroom with a computer area. So it at least makes it functional. But regardless, I really like this house. I'm really happy with it. I love all the colors. I went pretty cool toned with it and kind of dark and cozy. I kind of like it. I like the blues. It's just very calming and like comforting looking because I use the navy blue on the walls, but I use like lighter grayish blues kind of throughout the house, and I thought that was nice. I don't know. There's only so many good swatches in the base game. Let's be honest. Like the reason why most of Little Simsies builds are blue like oriented or whatever is because there's just like blue swatches in this game are great. Like there's so many good blue swatches. There's not very many other swatches that are good. So like imagine me doing this but with yellow. That would have been hard to look at, not gonna lie. And plus the color blue is nice. It's nice to look at. It's not like, it might be a little depressing sometimes, but it's like lower energy. It's cozier, it's quiet. It's not gonna overstimulate, which is nice. The bathroom, it's a bathroom. There's really nothing special about it other than the Bob Pancakes poster I put in there. Maybe in this universe, Bob Pancakes is a celebrity chef. Maybe he finally got his dream. He's a celebrity chef, and maybe he has his own like cooking show or something. And that's like maybe the poster from it or something. I don't know. Maybe this person that lives in this house idolizes Bob Pancakes. Again, with the fact that there's not very many good swatches and very many, to choose from, I just went with like all black. I don't know. I kind of liked it. It's very like, traditionally masculine, and, it doesn't have to be a male sim that lives here. Obviously, you know me better than that, but I really, really liked it regardless. It was nice. It was cozy. It kind of just was second nature for me to furnish it like this. I don't know. I like dark colors, especially in the Sims 4. The style sometimes doesn't look so good when you do like more white swatches of stuff. Like newer items, yes, but the base game, the white textures in the base game are a little bit questionable sometimes. Like they look kind of chunky, they look kind of blocky. Sometimes they just look really like dull or flat, or if anything, the white colors and the white swatches, either they're too cool, they're too warm, or they're just a little bit off. Like it's easier to mismatch the white tones versus the black tones in this game. Like they just all go together better. I don't know. They did, especially with the, where they updated the windows and doors a long time ago, to get those like extra swatches. It just looks better. But yeah, the bedroom, it was kind of weird. I made it work, but I did this really fun wall on the back wall here. I did these almost like a checkerboard pattern with those square windows, and on the sections where the wall is like, the wall and not the window, I put some neon lights. Are they called neon lights? Yeah. There was really like fun neon lights. I was like, I need to put some art up in this room. I need to do something. And I could not think of anything else because there's not a lot of good art pieces in the base game. I did not think about the debug ones though, so I easily could have used those, but they would have looked really good in here actually. I should have done that, but I wanted to use something different, and the neon lights, I don't think I've really used them very much in builds, maybe like once or twice, but I thought this was kind of a nice, use of them. I tried to use curtains on this wall. I was like, curtains on this wall would be pointless because it would be covering up the fact that it's like a feature wall. And yeah, I just gave them a cozy little desk space, and yeah, it's a bedroom. There's really nothing much fancy going on. It's a bedroom for a single sim. I put their TV in here because they don't have a TV in the main living room. I thought because maybe they entertain people more, the TV goes in the bedroom and it's like tucked away, and plus, like I can imagine I would like to lay in bed and watch TV. It's a very nice thing to do. We have a TV in our bedroom. It's very nice. I love it. But yeah, the roofing with this house was a little weird at first, but I figured it out. Don't worry. Yeah, I figured it out. You see there, but yeah, it looks kind of nice. I like this house. It's a base game home. What do you expect? Especially for me, because I don't really like building typical suburban homes. I get kind of bored of typical suburban homes unless they're a little bit run down or they have some character. I'm not the type to build like a typical, upper middle class suburban home. They've got a 2-car garage. I don't really like building that stuff. It's not my vibe. It's not the life that I've experienced, and I don't really want to experience it in this Sims either. But yeah, I was putting off the landscaping because I've been getting kind of really wrapped up in landscaping with my builds lately. I don't know. I've just not really been feeling the landscaping. So I do eventually figure something out. I use these really fun, I'm not really sure what you would call them, but they kind of remind me of hedges, but they're really thin. And so when you size them down, they go like against the walls really nicely. So I don't know, it kind of looks nice. It kind of looks like it's growing up the fence. So I thought that looked kind of cool, but I was still kind of stumped. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to make a border on the little driveway here and put some bushes. That's really the most that I could do. I put some more hedges later on, just kind of surrounding the house, just because landscaping for me, if it's not wild and lush, I'm stuck. I don't know what I'm doing because, landscaping, like for a modern home, you can kind of be a little bit experimental, but if you landscape for like a more typical suburban home, it's just, I don't know. It's a weird vibe. I don't like doing it. Just like I don't really enjoy doing, suburban homes. I don't like the landscaping. It's not fun for me. And I just extended the little driveway bit so that you could get to the back of the house. Maybe they're like, oh no, let's go out back. Don't go through my house, something like that. I don't know. I always think of that. I always try to make it to where you can get to the backyard without having to go through the house, because I feel like that's just kind of weird. It just kind of interrupts the flow, maybe. I don't know. The backyard's pretty cozy. It's pretty, whatever. At first, I was just going to make it like a patio and just kind of keep it simple, but I didn't love that it felt so, I don't know, blah. Like it didn't feel lush enough. It didn't feel like an escape. So I got rid of the tiling that I put out here, which I love this tiling. It looked really nice, but I went with just a nice kind of this gravelly texture. And I don't know, I could just imagine them walking out there and it's very like full of plants and this like, grass and texture. I don't know. I wanted something different, and I still included the planter boxes and a grill and like the sitting area, but I put some plants out here and it looks really nice, and I am actually pretty proud of it. It's very simple, but it's straight to the point. But yeah, that is pretty much it for today's build. If you enjoyed it of any kind, do let me know in the comments down below. It is available on the Sims 4 gallery. All you have to do is search for my username, Lucca Owens. It is LuccaOwens, as well as the hashtag Lucca. And I also almost forgot to finish the front out here. So yeah, I'm jumping back out here. But anyways, I love you all so much. Take care of yourselves. Drink some water today. Take your vitamins, please. I took my vitamins today and I feel great. But anyways, that is everything. Thank you all so very much for watching. Stay weird and beware of the nargles. Bye, y'all.